Collective. I'm hearing that everybody loves that version of you that keeps it together, stays calm, out here giving out that good advice. You showing up for everybody too. And I know you've been handling everything quietly. But nobody noticed when you get tired. And lately, you've been feeling it hard. Welcome, Divine Collective. Welcome back to my channel, Oracle Rose Healing Tarot. I'm so glad that you are here today. You see what we're going to be talking about, Collective. When I say I got this message in threes, first it came to me in my intuition, okay? And then I prayed on it. Then I actually went to service, and the service was about this. And then the reading came to me. So I'm here to share with you about when you're tired of being the strong one and everybody is expecting you to be strong. All right. So Divine Collective, this reading is for people who have became emotionally strong because life never really gave them another option. The people who, comfort everybody else, carry the emotional weight, stay composed when there's a whole bunch of chaos around you. You the one who keep functioning no matter what, while secretly feeling exhausted, emotionally disconnected, overstimulated, unappreciated, and honestly, kind of empty lately. This reading is about what happens when the person everybody leans on finally starts running out of energy. This is a general collective reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest for the universe to recycle. Thank you for being back here with me today. We're going to go ahead and call in the energy so we can get this reading together. Because when I say this came to me 3 times, I'm like, okay, I see now my intuition is really kicking in. I'm noticing the patterns. Ring the bell. Watch your ears. Hold on. I give thanks to the Most High, Divine Spirit, for being here, for surrounding us with healing energy, and for guiding today's messages. By the grace of the Most High and the Holy Spirit, this space is filled with love, peace, light, and all energies that do not serve our highest good are transmuted into love, healing, and renewing energy. Now let's step into this reading together. Collective. Okay, so now everybody expect for you to be a superhero. We're going to go ahead and cut this deck. I'm starting with a deck that I found I was led to use it. This one is the Toxic Relationship Oracle deck. All right. So we out here being strong for everybody else, right? And so we're going to get some energies out here just as some lead cards. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is tapped in. Go ahead and hit that like button. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome to everybody who's been here since day one, and growing with us. I'm so grateful. It's growing, and I'm happy you're here. I'm happy these messages are getting to you. So I'm just going to share what I learned, okay? And we're collective, so we're going to heal together, all right? So we're going to get some energies out there. Let's just ask the Most High, Holy Spirit, to give us some energies, what we're watching out, as people are expecting for us to be stronger than them out here, okay? And what came out was using love as a weapon. Recognize manipulation. Refuse to let love be used against you. True love is nurturing, not controlling. Amen. I thank you, Spirit, for that message. I actually had an energy, right now, in these karmic streets, these energies are trying to get back into your energy. They pull in on your energy. They want that love and kindness that you had to cut off access from because people was out here disrespecting you, gossiping you, talking crazy about you, out here trying to sully your name. And now they looking for you to help them. That's insane to me. But let's just ask Spirit, what else are we looking out for? All right. And it came out in reverse, but I'm going to turn it up. Possessiveness. Okay. People who are against your personal growth and you trusting. Okay. It says here, the people who are not possessive, they're going to encourage your personal growth and trust within the relationship. Independence is essential. So you got people out here who are trying to keep you from growing. They know you're on this healing journey, and they think it's a game. They want you to be stronger than them and play their game, all while sacrificing yourself. You can't do that, collective, because it's just not beneficial. Okay, let's get another card out here from Spirit. Let's just see what we can get. Let's see here. And thank you for that. All right. And what came out was jealousy. Wow. You can't even make this up. Trust in yourself, collective. Trust in yourself and your partner. Open communication can build a foundation of mutual respect. Okay. And you look at that apple that's sitting up there, it says to the fairs, people can try to feed you something that's not going to even, it probably got a blade or something in it, a worm or something in it. You got to be careful of people who are trying to make jealousy a focal point. 5:55 on the timer. Thank you, Spirit. Who are trying to make jealousy real between you, a real energy. That's not even an energy that you entertain, collective. So why would you even let somebody push that on you? We're going to get one more out here. Just see what Spirit going to tell us, get us going down this path so we can go ahead and get the healing. That's a lot. I'm going to put them back in, and I'm just going to try to get one more, because we got some healing to do, and I hope everyone is ready. Okay. All right. So let me just see here. All right. So what popped up on the top of the deck was refusing to listen. Okay, in reverse. Okay, so somebody who will listen to you will encourage active listening, express your needs to be heard, and will try to understand you, collective. But you got people around you who want you to be stronger than them when they out here refusing to listen to you. We will not be granting anybody any courtesies when they out here tripping and treating us like we're not even human. Okay, that's just not what we're going to do. All right, so now we're going to move into the regular tarot deck. Okay, I'm going to use the pastel. This is the Pastel Dreams Tarot deck. It's really pretty. I really like this. I think I got this one. If I didn't get it from Etsy, I got it from Amazon, So basically, what we're going to be healing from and dealing from these people who expect for you to always be the strong one. I had a relative reach out to me to actually pressing me to go contact somebody who's been hella disrespectful to me, to the point of just weirdness. And I'm just like, no way, Jose. Why are you trying to get me to talk to somebody I stopped talking to a long time ago? This person really thought they had the authority over my sovereignty, okay, to tell me to go run back into the fire. Now, let me tell you, collective, you got some people out here who ain't got used to you handling everything. And somewhere along the way, people stopped asking, are you okay? Because they got comfortable seeing you survive everything. All right. I know this all too well. Now, everybody comes to you with their problems while your own emotional needs just quietly sit ignored. Nobody don't even ask you what's going on with you, nor do they care. They just want to draw off your energy because you're resilient. Okay. They just want to draw off that. And now that you're healing, they're really going to think they can tap in. They don't want to heal for themselves, but they want to benefit off all the work that you're doing. Oh, heck no. They're going to have to get their own healing, all right? Now, you got people who you probably became emotionally dependable while secretly becoming emotionally depleted, too. You probably like helping these people. I did at first. But we're going to ask Spirit how to heal and deal when it comes to this kind of energy, okay? And what we should be doing when people like this is coming in our energy, okay? We're just going to ask Spirit to give us a message and move down that, all right? And what came out was the Knight of Cups, all right? Now, this might be we might be taking too much responsibility and trying to be stronger here. Because look at it, Knight of Cups. You see how you're riding in and try to give it all up. You know what I mean? And it's just like trying to just fill people up, being a knight in shining armor and all of that. And this is telling me, collective, you probably giving up too much. You probably are stepping into the strong role. You got to remember, don't let people cast you in a role in their movie. You're in your own reality. You are the main character. So if somebody wants you to come in playing king with this Knight of Cups energy because they want you to be carrying all the emotional pressure, And let me tell you, you're gonna have to push back because you were never that was never meant to belong to you all by yourself, collective. You can't hold the emotional pressure of an entire relationship. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work. And even if you are smarter, stronger, wiser, or whatever it is, that does not mean that you're supposed to take on this energy and give up more than you get. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have to just emotionally weigh it out and do a check on that. You're going to have to start asking yourself, what emotions am I carrying that don't actually belong to me? Because that's what somebody was trying to pull me into. They were trying to pull me into being I guess, a dumpster, so that this other person, whatever they were going through, could just dump all their emotions on me. And I guess I was just supposed to transmute them. Oh, hecky no. I said, hecky no. It wasn't going to happen, okay? So you start asking yourself, what emotions actually don't belong to you? Which ones you can get rid of? Get that out of there, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of if you think about it, a lot of people who are caregivers, they go into fatigue because they're giving out so much, and the people that they're caring for naturally can't give back because they need like an abundance of care. You know what I'm saying? And they're not at capacity to give back. But think about it. These people you're dealing with on a daily basis, collective, they expect for you to be stronger than them and care give to them while not giving anything back. That's not going to help you, okay? Because it's going to have you just feeling emotionally invisible. And this is when you feel like people appreciate what you do, but not really seeing you emotionally. We all been there. You people notice when you stop helping, but rarely notice when you hurt. They don't even think you hurt. I don't even think people think I even hurt. But you know what? Just because I'm always focused on healing. If I'm always focused on healing, you would think common sense would tell them I'm always finding something that's trying to hinder. But I'm using that energy to turn it into helping me. Okay? All right, just like I said, this came to me in threes, and we watch patterns. So we're going to ask Spirit how to heal and deal in this energy, okay? We're going to ask Spirit how to heal and deal. Oh, shucks. Wow. Hold on. I had a lot come out. Wow. Hold on. It's going back in. We're going to ask that two again. One. Heal and deal. Let's see what we're going to do. How we going to heal and deal in this situation with these people who doing the mostest with us. They don't even see us, but they see us when we want some. When they want something. What fell on the floor was an eight of swords. Woo. All right. Upright. Now, you already know the eight of swords is just sitting like feeling like you in some high captivity. You know what I mean? You actually feeling like you feeling stuck, And it's also you letting it go. You letting go all them old stories. You being strong enough to let that old stuff go and choosing to heal. Let them old relationship patterns go and choosing to heal. Okay? Now, also, because you are healing, collecting, make sure you're not emotionally neglecting behind this capability of being a healer or getting into healing energy, because strong people often receive less emotional support because others assume they always got it. Okay? And just like I told you, somebody was pressing on me thinking I had something to give. Something to give to somebody who never gives anything to me. You know what I mean? And that's just insane to me, So you got to make sure you're aware who supports you, collective. Because you're going to start noticing who actually supports you emotionally and not just who benefits from your support. It has to be equal give and take. And that's just emotional labor psychologically. Psychology. You in a relationship, any relationship, in a group, in a group setting. I don't care if y'all are doing a group project. Everybody has to carry their own emotional load around here, and nobody gets to take your energy, demand your energy, or just take over. That's not even right. Okay, now be honest, collective. When's the last time somebody checked on you first? Comment that part if you felt this one, okay? Now, let me tell you something else. Remember in the last reading when I told you you're going to have to start getting your rest because that's part of the healing? Well, rest starts to feel uncomfortable to you because you've been in survival mode for so long that slowing down almost makes you anxious now. Okay, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm just telling you, the second you finally rest, your brain immediately starts thinking about your responsibilities or anything you didn't do or whatever, people needing you or what you should be doing instead. Okay, but that's just your nervous system that got addicted to functioning under pressure. Okay, and that's how we got into this whole mode of people thinking we were stronger. We just kept pushing, but now we're pushing through so we can participate in our own rescue. Okay, because you got to be even stronger to heal. Have you noticed that? But we're going to ask Spirit how to heal and deal on this situation because we are interested and we are appreciative to any messages that we can get from the Most High. Okay, and what came out was Seven of Swords. These swords are out here. They're out here. You hear me? Because this is telling me you got the self-confidence. You got it, collective. You got it. It already said here you was gonna move forward and heal and everything. But this Seven of Swords, you said, I'm not doing it. You're gonna take what you got, you using this healing journey, and you're gonna make sure that you get your nervous system together. All right, because you know that survival mode was becoming emotionally normal to you, but it didn't feel good. Your body was forgetting what genuine emotional safety felt like. And you like, that's not strong. That's breakdown, actually. And I'm going to tell you, you can Google anything, any autoimmune created anything going on with your cells in your body that can form into a disease. It comes from stuff like this. A lot of people don't understand that when people go in the hospital and everything, they be telling them part of healing is the mind being able to rest. You know what I mean? That's part of it, getting back to yourself. So you're going to have to make sure that you're resting without guilt. Because who going to check you? You doing all this work and you mean to tell me you can't get no rest? Who going to tell you can't get no rest, collective? The people who not doing the work, I know you not listening to them. I know you not listening to them, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, resting, healing going to teach your nervous system that rest is not failure. You're going to figure out how essential it is that you get your rest. Sometimes you're going to need your naps to take a nap, and it's going to be okay. Because your burnout in the nervous system, them two in the same system, in the same sentence, nah. You ain't letting your system burn out over nobody because you starting to realize you can't save everybody, collective. You can't save them. And people will try to convince you that you're stronger than you are. They'll try to pump you up with compliments and everything. And trying to convince you that you got some superpower because you are now healing. You know what I'm saying? And they'll try to get you to start, doing their work. But emotional exhaustion from constantly trying to fix people or rescue relationships or calm everybody down, calm all the crash outs down, like you in charge of that. Or just trying to carry the emotional chaos. I can't number how many times that I've been a victim of somebody else's violent energy and chaos. Even if they knew they were wrong, they did not have the emotional regulation to see it in that moment. And in that moment, I could have been snuffed out. But you know what? I started to recognize patterns and stop getting from them people. I stopped, I had to ask myself, why you keep pouring into these people who don't pour back into me, especially emotionally? Being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Being obtuse, just trying to be all out mean, withholding love, like I told you, won't even wish you happy birthday or, any other holiday, you know what I mean? But hey, we don't care, do we? We just going to see what Spirit tells us to do, how to heal and deal out here, okay? Oh, and I just shuffled because I was trying to get some cards back in the deck. But we're going to ask Spirit how to heal in them. All right. And what came out was the Ten of Cups in reverse. All right. And these cups are all pouring out. It's like, nah, you ain't getting this because you already know it's gonna lead to lack. Somebody gonna, or you're probably feeling betrayed from trying to be strong for these people collective. You know they ain't give it back to you the way you gave it to them. You know people are not treating you the way you want to be treated. And this is telling me that the emotional imbalance is becoming too impossible to ignore for you. Okay? And you're over it. You realizing love should not constantly feel like emotional work. So you poured the cups out. You probably start detaching people because you know it's essential for your healing. You got to let these people know that they can't stay or they can't go where you trying to go because they're not trying to heal and they're trying to hold you down. It's like the crabs in a barrel syndrome. You know, you're going to have to see if they reciprocating the same emotions back to you that you're giving to them. You start paying attention to whether emotional effort is mutual or one-sided. And then you're going to know exactly who needs to go collective. Because you've been performing strength. I told somebody today, I bet you people think I'm a superhero. You know I got used to saying, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Because I had realized that people weren't going to care anyway. From a young child. I used to express a lot of my sadness or even just fear or whatever those was that were being caused by grown-ups around me to the people I thought who were going to protect me. And when I said they didn't care one way or the other, they were looking at me like I was making it up. I learned then how I think I became spiritual as a child because I just used to just talk it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Then I realized God loves me. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you here, this is telling me, people, you've been performing strength and people think you're going to just keep showing up smiling, you know, while you feeling internally overwhelmed. I be doing that sometimes. You know, I'll take a break from being overwhelmed. When I go to service every Sunday, that's my break. I refuse to care about this world, this life, and everything else. I just want to praise. You know what I mean? But we're going to ask Spirit how to heal and deal in these situations, okay? And one fell on the floor. Hold on. All right. And what came out was the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And I almost knocked my whole setup out over here. But this is telling me that, you know, somebody ain't lost the money or feel unemployed. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, when I was performing strength too much, I lost a whole bunch of money. Taking up other people's responsibilities, paying bills for them. You know what I'm saying? Buying things for them, for them or their kids, or, you know, what happened. And this is just telling me that, you know, if you're doing this collective, this Page of Pentacles in reverse is just telling me that you probably suppressing your emotions, but it's leaking out. It's probably coming out somewhere, either physically or emotionally, and people are starting to notice that you ain't with this. Because you exhausted. You exhausted, and I was exhausted too. I know it's becoming harder to hide, and people are starting to look at you like. But then the last reading was, that's why you snap, because people are just gonna press you until you have to, until you say, back up off me. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have to start having honest emotional check-ins with yourself to make sure that you are paying attention to your emotions, okay? And you'll stop automatically responding with, I'm fine, without checking in with yourself emotionally first, okay? Instead of, I'm good, I'm fine, or whatever. Because I'm going to tell you, when I got back to that person who was pressing me, I told them exactly what it was about, how I felt, and where they can go with it. Okay, and I ain't even care. I'm just going to tell you I didn't, okay? Because my patience was running out. And I know your patience is running out too, collective. Because stuff you used to tolerate easily now just irritates you almost instantly. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to care who it is. I'm telling you, when I heard Kendrick say in that one song, I cut my granny off and she'll see it how I see it. I was like, I see what he's talking about, because people will try to play you by using their relationships, okay? However, you're going to become less tolerant. And when I say less tolerant, a healed person is extremely less tolerant of fake energy, emotional games, oh, that constant drama. When you got people in your family who just like to commandeer your energy and perform drama, you're going to be like, get your crazy self out of here. And I'll take the C word out of there. But still, acting out here being emotionally immature, or people just dumping stress onto you constantly, you're going to be like, I ain't no stress dumpster. Get on up out of here. But we're going to ask Spirit how to heal and deal, okay? Because we always like to be guided in our healing. And also we're dealing with other energies that were made by the Most High. The Most High say, just get on that chariot and ride out. Move forward. Move forward. You ain't got to be strong for them. Be strong for yourself. Okay? The chariot is saying, I ain't got time for it. We out of here. And if anything, I'm gonna take my healing with a vengeance from these people. I'm gonna snatch it back from them, okay? Because your emotional capacity is changing out here, collective. That's just the way it is. Accept it, okay? Now, this is telling me that emotional burnout, this chariot is telling me you ain't got no tolerance for no chaos. Your spirit want peace, normal emotional work. It don't matter who it is. You're not doing it because you irritated. And it's okay to be irritated by something that's going against your healing or going against you in general. That's natural, actually. That's a signal. You know, any energy that's not of the Most High Divine is telling you that you out of alignment. And whoever is in the midst, pay attention. Okay? You're going to have irritation awareness when it comes to people. You're going to be real aware if they irritate you. A lot of times people are just irritated by your light. You just being, single, sexy, and successful. Or you just out here being healed and in this good, loving, nurturing Empress energy. Or whatever you got going on. They irritated by your light. Their demons or the entities that's on them are irritated by your light. However, you're irritated by them all up in your face with the fake energy and things, or the constant drama, or something that's not of the Most High Divine. Okay? All right. So when you become aware of who's irritating you, it's going to signal emotional depletion. You already know who coming in just to suck you dry. Suck your energy out of you. Get that good healing energy. Bring your energy down. And that's not just a bad attitude. Okay. That's somebody who's committed to making sure you don't feel good because they're a hater. I'm just saying. Now, if you've been carrying more emotionally than people realize, go ahead and like the video and comment, I'm tired too, if this reading is already feeling personal. And also like, share, and get it out there. We're growing. Hype my video up. If I had that ability, I don't even know. But anyway, all I know is that you here now and you want equal give and take. You want what you can give. You want real support, collective. And you're not wrong for wanting that. You're in a season of where surface level support no longer feels enough emotionally. You ain't got time for people out here that ain't giving you nothing, because this piece is going to have your cravings up, and you're going to be craving emotionally safe people, soft environments. You're going to want people who's consistent. You want calmness. You want genuine emotional presence. You don't want people who just acting like they perform in connection with you, okay? But we're going to ask Spirit what we're looking out, any messages around, and how to heal and deal in this energy, okay? Let's see what comes out. Let's see. All All right. And what came out was justice. I know that's right. You want justice. I know that's, give me justice and give me. Hey, love me or leave me. Give me balance. Give me equality. I want it all. I want fairness. You want it all. Your spirit is craving emotional safety collective. This means that your emotional maturity is changing and your relationship standards are going up. The price, today's price, is not yesterday's price. It's going up, and it's going to go up as you heal. Okay? All right? Because healing changes what your nervous system emotionally responds to collective. You just ain't going to be able to help it no more. You're not going to be able to do it. Anybody coming around here trying to put you in this energy of being stronger than them and thinking they can heap and dump all kinds of weird emotions on you, you're going to be like, look here, hold on, Jim Shoe. I got my own things to do. Okay? You don't, like I had to tell these people coming all into my energy. Don't be asking me for nothing. You don't know what I'm capable of giving, and nor do you care. You just want to get what you can get. But guess what? I ain't get it. All right? Because I'm using it for myself. All right? And all you got to do is make sure you check your connections and how safe they are. Be aware of how safe your connections to other people are. Your nervous system naturally gravitates toward emotionally safety and environments. And when that happens, your healing it's gonna grow bigger and bigger and bigger. You're gonna understand that just because you have been going in the battlefield every day doesn't mean that you have to participate in every battlefield. You'll be choosing your battles and you'll be choosing your environments wisely, collective. Okay? Use your wisdom. All right? I'm telling you. Just know that. And I'm going to say your nervous system naturally gravitates to that. Okay. And so you got to make sure you know that, because whatever you attach to, you got to make sure your emotional wellness going to be tied directly into anything that you're giving your focus to. Because your body is begging for slower energy. Your body's been trying to get your attention, though, hasn't it, collective? Think about it. If you've been exhausted or having headaches or emotional numbness, or you've been feeling overstimulated or just got low motivation or just high irritability, your body begging for you to slow it on down. That don't mean press harder. Because you might even be doing the smallest things, and it start to feel emotionally heavy. You can be brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, and all of a sudden you just like, wow, I'm even doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's because your nervous system is overloaded. But we're going to ask the spirit the best way to heal and deal. And we're jumped off Five of Swords in reverse. Okay? Now, you already know the Five of Swords is about conflict. All right? So in reverse, you already know that that's going to mean that, you're probably feeling some sorrow. You're probably feeling weak. You're probably feeling something that's not good. And this is telling me that you could be ignoring those emotional exhaustions until your body forces you to stop. I tell my friends all the time, they be moving. I'm like, man, slow down. Why you moving so fast? Slow down. I had one friend, the only thing that caused her to slow down, she got hit by a car. And I was trying to warn her, but I wasn't trying to be, to be an intuitive, it's to speak up when you receive something in your intuition, kind of like what I'm doing now. And, but you can't make anybody do anything, because everybody got to participate in their own rescue. And I kept saying, you got to slow down. And now that's exactly what's happening. She's moving slow and all of that. But it goes to say that if you ignore the signs, then you're not going to be able to ignore the consequence, which is the actual manifestation that happens in reality. That's why you got to make sure you're listening to your body, collective. Okay? All right? Because this is showing me that burnout in you might be reaching some physical levels, and you letting people get you there by putting you in this strong energy. No, we're not doing that. Just make sure you're listening to your body, because healing is gonna grow once you stop treating emotional exhaustion like you being lazy. No, that's not. You're not being lazy. You're exhausted. There's a difference, okay? Now you're learning to that your boundaries aren't mean. It's a big lesson right now. You realizing that protecting my peace don't make you selfish, collective. I tell everybody I'm protecting my peace like my pin number. You ain't getting it, okay? Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. No, you're not getting my... I don't need you to go get my money out the ATM. Do you need anybody to get your money out the ATM? I'm just asking, collective. I'm just saying, think about it, because you're slowly becoming more comfortable with saying no to these people, okay? Not answering their phone calls, pulling back, protecting your energy. When I say the block is hot, I will block you, because when I say I don't want to hear that fooly wang, I don't want to hear it. And I don't care who it's coming out of. The Most High tell me to get away, I'm going. And I'm not going to over-explain myself. And I know since you've been on this healing journey, collective, you're not going to over-explain yourself either. All right? Because you already know your self-preservation is more important than what any of these people out here trying to get from you, what they old big and sells. But we're going to ask Spirit, what's the best way to heal and deal, okay? What's the best way to heal and deal with these energies, trying to use love and relationships to get us to deplete ourselves for them? Let's just ask this Most High. And what came out was the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. You need to cut it. Cut it off. Cut it. When she come through, I don't care if you male or female. Everything is getting whacked. Everything is getting whacked. She cutting it down. It's not going down. Getting the Queen of Swords energy. Truth, justice, it's the way. Truth, justice is the light. The Queen of Swords don't want to hear it. She cutting away all the BS. Call me strong, I'm going to call you a superhero. Call me strong, I'm going to tell you to fly over a building. You try to play games with me and try to press on my energy to try to get it from me. This is telling me, collective, you got healthy emotional boundaries. Growing. Pat yourself on the back, because ain't nobody going to play you. I bet you will not find one thing from the Most High that says you have to set yourself on fire to save somebody else. Okay? And this is telling me that healing is teaching you not to sacrifice yourself to keep everybody comfortable, collective. And I'm glad, because you treating yourself well, and that's where you need to be to benefit and manifest what it is that you're trying to get to. You got to treat yourself well. How the Most High gonna give someone that you don't even care about? Just think about it. Speak well of yourself. Make sure people is not overusing you. Okay? All right. Get your boundaries in place. And it don't matter who they are. Kendrick said if his grandma cross his boundaries, it's a wrap. I'm just saying, collective, healthy boundaries reduce emotional burnout. And your nervous system can get overloaded if you're not burned out. All right? That's all I'm saying, okay? And you're going to recognize you don't need to be strong every second. This reading feels like permission to finally exhale emotionally to you. Go ahead and do it right now. Woosah. Because I'm telling you, you do not always have to hold everything together. You definitely ain't got to carry everybody emotionally. You don't have to stay composed constantly too, because if somebody want to give it to you, they better be ready to get it returned to sender, okay? And you don't have to survive silently. Speak up, okay? All right, because you've been emotionally surviving for so long that softness probably feel unfamiliar to you. But on this healing journey, you easing right on down that healing road to a soft light. But we're gonna ask Spirit how to heal and deal, because we know we've been doing good, okay? We already know Spirit wants relief. Your spirit wants relief, and that's why you're here. And that's great, because that means that you are actually researching on how to help yourself in any way possible. And you're not limiting yourself to how it's done. So we're going to ask Spirit, what's the best way? And what came out? Man, these swords. A 9 of swords. Now, this is telling me that if you don't get out of this role of being a strong one or trying to prove you the strong one, this 9 of swords energy going to come down on you, collective. This is just a reminder here. This is a reminder. It certainly is, because the last thing you want is nightmares, fears, and anxiety and all of that. Okay? And also telling me, give up the idea that this is going to happen to you if you give up this strong role, because it's not. You might be had an anxiety or fears of losing these relationships of people who want to place you in a strong role. But you're not being good to yourself. Your spirit wants relief. Okay? And right here it's telling me, look, if you look at it, this will be you. If you don't finally be real, you got to always be authentic and be real with yourself, collective. You have to be authentic and real. Because you want emotional release, and you got to give yourself some self-compassion. You got to give yourself some grace, because healing includes learning how to receive support from people too. And if you ever get in this mode, you got to learn, you got to get to the people who understand what you're going through. I know it's hard to ask for support. When you're dealing with unhealed people, they love to use the idea that you need support as a way to bash you, or you're not that great, or I thought you was getting to the bag. I thought you was... No, everybody needs support. Everybody. And don't let nobody convince you. All right? Don't let nobody convince you that that's an issue. All right? Don't start emotionally isolating yourself and all of that. And it start with self-softening. You ain't got to get a soft life from anybody out here. You building a soft life, collective. So you're going to be self-softening. You're going to soften the life for yourself, okay? Because your nervous system's going to heal faster in environments where you feel emotionally safe consistently. That's why you don't let everybody come to your home. You build a sanctuary for yourself. You make it soft in your home. You start there first. And then you build from there. Everything that will hinder where you started can't stay. Okay? Now we're going to get some closing card oracle messages out here. I think this deck is called... I think this is the Harmony Heart. Okay? Oracle deck. And so we're going to get a few closing cards out here just to see what Spirit says, as we're healing on this journey. I'm very grateful for this message. It's just been amazing. But I'm telling you, it's also healing for me too, because I know exactly what to do. I'm not letting nobody get me down, and I hope you're not either. Okay? All right, so let's just see here what we can get out, and let's just see. All right, we're going to get some cards out here, and we're going to just close it out. And I hope everyone hit the like button for me and put some messages. Tell me how you've been strong out here, collective. And I just dropped one, but we're going to take it as soon as I can get it up. Ooh, all right. Wealth. Ooh, and it came up. Wealth is not just about money. It represents abundance in all areas of life. You are in a phase of prosperity and contentment. Yes. Now, that's something to be strong about. Because when you don't let people take your energy and you can manifest, and they ain't got you in this down energy where you can't receive, that's what you're going to be strong about. Not what they want you to do. Not what these people want you to do. What these karmics want you to do. It's what your spirit is calling you to do. It's what Spirit and the Most High. Okay? You trust in yourself. Because you're putting boundaries out there. Get some strong boundaries out there for yourself, collective. You have to set clear boundaries in your relationships, protecting your emotional space and fostering healthy interactions. That's what we were talking about. And you can't make that up. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that. All right. We're going to get a couple more out here. All right. And another one fell, and I'm taking it, too, as soon as I can get it up. Give me 1 second, collective. All right. Challenge. Challenge. It was a challenge to get that card. All right. You're facing challenges that are helping you grow stronger. Overcoming these obstacles will lead to significant personal rewards. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, get to the bag. This is for you. This is for you. This healing, this is for us collective. Okay? I know it. And we're already there. I know you're already feeling better, and I'm happy for you. Okay? All right. So we're going to get the last card out. And just to go ahead and close this out, and I'm so glad that you guys are still here with me. I'm so excited. I'm hoping this one do it for us because we are on our way. We are on our way. We're just getting better and better, collective. And I'm just like, it's been my peace. I can't even explain it. I'm out here doing yoga and all kinds of stuff. What came out was security, but it came out in reverse. You may feel uncertain about your safety and security, or external events may be shaking your foundation. What did I tell you about that? Nothing outside of you is worth it, collective. Nothing outside of you. Start internally, build your foundation there. Now, divine collective, being a strong one can become exhausting when nobody notices how much you're carrying emotionally behind the scenes. But sometimes healing looks like finally admitting, I'm tired too. Not weak, not broken, just emotionally overloaded from surviving too much for too long. And when you stop forcing yourself to carry everything alone, this is where healing becomes you, and you are participating in your own rescue. Thank you for being here and for your energy, collective. Please like, share, comment, and hype the video. I appreciate you more than you know. I really do, collective. I'll see you in the next reading. And remember, keep walking in your light.